Hi, I'm Danny Swaya. I'm the owner of Evolution Fitness, which is a kettlebell personal training studio in Tucson, Arizona. And I wanted to talk about a couple things today in regards to stretching and what to stretch, what not to stretch. Because I see a lot of people who come to me with back pain, hip pain, and neck pain. And I'm not talking about pain that's like inflammation pain. I'm talking about constantly complaining of stiffness or, oh, my back continually aches. And the truth is, a lot of them go to massage therapists or they go to chiropractors. And I'm a big fan of both of those. But these people tend to continually have the same issues, keep coming up with them. And I wanted to just talk really briefly about some of the misconceptions that people have with this. One of the biggest things I see is a lot of people always going to the pain. So I'll see a lot of people with neck pain and they're constantly rubbing their neck. And maybe you're familiar with this and they're constantly going, oh, I need a neck rub. I need a neck rub or a massage. And they're constantly, oh, I feel so good. And they always are paying attention to where the symptom is. And unfortunately, many of these people will go to someone who massages that area and never addresses anything else. Same with the lower back. So if you're having these things, there are a couple things I really want to point out to you. In terms of a lot of times, a lot of these causes are caused from on the opposite side of where the pain is. So a lot of people who are having issues with neck, aches and constant here are usually people a lot of times sit in front of the computer all day and they're sitting here like this. And I don't know if you want to just put your head forward like this, really stressing around your shoulders. Just doing that right now makes me feel stressed in my shoulders and it almost aches. What's going on is actually these muscles are actually being pulled. So they're sore and they're tight because they're already being stretched out. They don't need to be massaged anymore. They don't need someone to go in there and dig in and massage those muscles. So the answer a lot of times is opening up this part of your body, the T-spine or the thoracic spine, from being rounded to opening it up. So a lot of times getting some type of massage or deep tissue care on the front, and a lot of times if you were just to poke right here and push right underneath your collarbone and all through your chest, you'll start to feel, oh wow, that's really tight in there. And if that's the case, you don't necessarily feel pain here, but these muscles are so shortened that they're pulling everything else. So learning some stretches that are really going to open up your chest, going into a doorway, opening that up, or even practicing squeezing your back muscles, pushing your chest forward and looking up are really great ways of now taking care of the problem, not just having someone rub your neck to work it out. And I'll show you some stretches in some future videos of how to do some appropriate stretches for your shoulders and your neck. Another thing that I really see a lot of are for hips. And so people will complain of back pain and they do a lot of this. Oh, I need to just stretch my lower back. And they just want to always stretch their back by reaching to the ground or twisting and trying to loosen up a back that feels stiff. One of the biggest things, these muscles may again already be stretched or being pulled. And stretching them is actually the worst thing you can do. It actually pushes you into further dysfunction. It'll actually push you into stretching and stretching to feel more pain. Even if it feels good for a couple seconds, that's not what we're really looking for. A lot of times, because again, we sit in desks, and you're sitting in a desk all day like this, with your hips flexed, these muscles in the front are very tight or overactive and overshortened. And again, the symptom might not be here. The symptom is stiffness here, tightness here. So one of the things I really like to focus and point on with this is that stretching these muscles tends to sometimes relieve back pain. Now let me just give you something here. Is like if you're in pain, don't try to stretch something. You might want to get looked at by a doctor or a therapist, a chiropractor. I'm a big fan more of chiropractic care and massage therapy, and maybe some physical therapy over going to a general doctor. And that's just my opinion. Because these people are more skilled in how the muscles work. I'm a personal trainer, and I can see certain people on this, but at times I have to refer out if I feel that the pain is due to a lot of inflammation in the hips, and I can't deal with so much of that. But let me show you some basic stretches that I like to do. And this one I really like to stretch for the hips. And I bring a couple chairs like this. And I'll actually use them spaced out, and I put one knee on one chair, I square both hips, keeping my body upright, keep my stomach tight, and I push my knee into the chair, this back knee, keep my body upright, I push, I feel stress in here, and then I relax. Then again, I push the knee into the chair, push the knee into the chair, push the knee into the chair, keeping my stomach tight, relax. One more time, I push my knee, push my thigh into the chair again, push, 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 relax. And if you notice, I got a lot more depth in this. Keeping my hips square. I don't want my hips to turn out. Now, in many cases, doing those type of stretches now helps lengthen here and actually takes care of my pelvic tilt. A lot of times what happens is these muscles from sitting in the desk all day are really pulling a lot of things forward, pulling my hips forward, and so really learning on how to stretch this part of my body can sometimes also learn how to alleviate stiffness and pain in the lower back. And there's numerous other drills like that I like to focus on, but that's one of my favorite ones. Again, also pulling the shoulders back and looking up to the ceiling, stretching out the neck. Sometimes, again, soft tissue work is good, but if you're only getting massage therapy, that only handles one part of it. It's always important to now follow up with a certain amount of stretching afterwards to now help the muscles elongate, rather than just depending on someone to rub the stiffness away. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me at evolutiontucson.com. Thank you.